Hey guys, this is Kathy. Welcome back to my channel, Kathy's Favorite Things. Welcome to part 2 of my junk journal process. We're just going to do a quick recap. I did show you in my first video the spine, how it looked. You saw this. It didn't have the hole when I showed it to you, and now I poked the holes in it for my signatures. And I also cover the inside with tissue paper, pink tissue paper. But you didn't see the process of how I made the spine. So we're gonna do a quick recap and I'm gonna show you what I did. Okay, so you know how the little golden books, usually they have, it's bent here. So when you open the book, it's kind of bent in there, right? Well, I reinforced the inside of that part with a piece of chipboard, and I don't think I said that in the first video, so I'm gonna tell you that now. And it's a little bit over 1/2 inch because the actual thing here is a 1/2 inch, so you have to go over a little bit of the 1/2 inch so you can cover this crease in here so it doesn't bend. Okay, so it's like 3/4 of an inch maybe. Okay, so you're gonna do that. So you're gonna cut 2 of those plus 2 chipboards for your spine. So that's what I have here, and I'm gonna show it to you. And this is gonna be super quick. I'm not gonna be doing this for a long time. I'm just gonna show you, okay? Again, you're gonna need your Tyvek paper from the post office. You can get that for free. It says here Tyvek. That's the name of the material. If you don't wanna go get it from the post office, you can buy this from Amazon. I'm pretty sure you can find it on Amazon, but I mean, I get it for free from the post office. So you can find this. This is in mailing envelopes, and the material is perfect. It's not gonna rip, and I found out about this through my friend Judy from my scrapbook loft. She always uses this and she talks a lot about it, and she says how good that is. So you're gonna need 2 pieces, and you're gonna cut this to the size of your book. And the little golden books, I did say this in the first video also, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but if this is the first time you're watching, these are 8 inches long, and I made this spine 2 inches wide. Okay, so 2 inches wide by 8 inches long. That's the size you need, but a little bit more on the paper of the size of the spine. So I have my 2 chipboard pieces here that I cut up, and they are 2 inches wide and 8 inches long. Okay, 2 by 8. And why did I cut 2? And this is chipboard, but it's not that sturdy, so that's why I cut 2, because you want to make a sturdy spine for your book. Okay, so I cut 2, and now I'm gonna glue this with my art glitter glue. That's what I'm using with this. That's what I use to glue the one that I already have on my book. I use my art glitter glue, but if you don't have art glitter glue, use any other adhesive that you have that it's good and it's gonna last. I don't know, you can maybe try tacky glue or E6000, whatever you have at home. Okay, even I think you can use the fabric tack. Can use fabric tack too. So I use my art glitter glue and glue 2 of them together, and then let me move this out of the way, and you're gonna glue that on your Tyvek. Okay, so you're gonna glue that there, and I'm not gonna do it now. I'm just gonna show you, okay? And I hope you can see that. Let me move this out of the way here. You see that? Let me move it up. I have an overhead camera, so I hope you can see that. Okay, so now you're gonna put it kind of like in the center, And how many inches is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 6 inches. Almost 6 by 8 is my piece of Tyvek that I have here. Now I have 2 of the tiny pieces here that I'm gonna use for the reinforcements, but I'm not gonna use this yet because this is gonna go on the inside. So this is what's gonna go on the outside of your book. Now, you do not need as much space here. You only need a little bit of a space, maybe 1 inch, and you're gonna cut it and you're gonna glue this on the outside, right? Here. So this is, let me measure how big the paper that I glued here is. Let me tell you. So it's like 3.5 inches. Let me show you. It's like, it's almost like 3.5 inches. Can you see? Okay, so I just glue that there. And then on the inside is where you're gonna need the reinforcement first. Let me find the other book. Hold on, let me go get it. It's gonna be easier if I show you in the book. Okay, you guys, I found the book. See, this, the pokey little puppy. We're gonna remove the staples and I'm gonna take apart the cover to show you better, okay? So, I'm gonna move the one that I have ready apart. I'm gonna move this to the side, move my ruler. I'm gonna use a knife because I don't know where my staple remover is. And just for the, we're gonna try to lift the staples. Use a knife that is not sharp so you don't cut yourself. And this is not for kids. This is something only for adults activity, okay, you guys? So I'm just saying my channel is not for kids, but if somebody's watching, this is not for kids. This is for adult only. Okay, so I lift, see the legs of the staples. Now I'm gonna remove it. Again, try not to hurt yourself. And if you don't wanna do this, ask your significant other to do it for you. Lift the other staple carefully. Again, try not to poke yourself. Let me see. There we go. See, it's not too hard. It's just, you know, it's not that difficult. Okay, so we removed it. I have the 2 staples here that I removed and here. So I have the covers. Now I can show you better. Okay. We took this apart. See, I have my 2 signatures here for this book and I'm gonna put it aside because I'm gonna make a junk journal with that. Okay, so now you can see better. I'm gonna try to go very close so you can see. This is the part that I was telling you about. See how there's an indentation here? Usually when you open this book to read, it's where it falls back, right? So if you do not put anything here to make this sturdier, that's gonna happen to your book also. So we don't want that to happen. So that's why I'm gonna cut this thing. So I'm gonna grab one of my old scissors, and this is from Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna cut this. And it's a little bit over 1/2 inch. And let me tell you how big this is. So this is 1/2 inch. So it has to be over that. So I have to go over that a little bit. So I think the line that I had marked was 1/2 inch. So I'm just gonna cut it a little bit bigger. I'm gonna eyeball it just because this is a I'm just showing you what you need to do, but when you do it, make sure you measure it and just give it a few extra inches, okay? So let me see. I think this size is perfect. I'm gonna show you on the outside, but you have to put it on the inside, okay? Because the outside, since it's blue, it's more noticeable. Okay, so that's, see how that's better? Because that's gonna go, where's my pokey tool? I don't have it here. This is our dent, so that's covering that, right? See that? That, okay, that's what it has to be covered. But you're gonna put it on the inside, so on this part. It has the name of the book here, Pokey Little Puppy. So you're gonna cover it. What I tried to do with the other one, I tried not to go over the design of the cover, of the inside cover. So I just tried to make it till here so it doesn't cover that. See, so you're gonna glue that there. Just like so. See that? Okay. You're gonna do that. It's gonna go right there. And again, it's 8 inches long and a little bit over ½ an inch, so you can cover that part. So now we're gonna do the same over here. So I'm gonna cut another one, and I'm probably gonna use this for template because it's a pretty good size. So I'm gonna get my little thing here. I'm gonna use it on the other side. I'm gonna put it over it on my chipboard. Can you see that? Yeah. Now I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna mark it. And here it is. Can you see that line? It's a pencil, so you can't probably see it much, but. And we're gonna use our, these scissors are good, but I don't use it for like paper. I use it for like rough projects like this, because it's just $1 pair of scissors from Dollar Tree. And I have more scissors, but I have them all over the place, and this is what I have handy, so that's why I'm using this. Okay, now these are your 2 pieces, okay, you guys? And I'm sorry if I'm boring you, but I'm trying to be detailed so you can see how I did it. And we're not gonna glue it now because, you know, we're gonna continue with the Alice in Wonderland one, but we're gonna make this next time. Okay, so you just need 1. You don't have to double this up. I just glued 1 and it was enough. So there, and that's gonna cover that part. Okay, now this is your other thing. This is what we were doing previously. Okay, so now this is gonna go underneath here, and we're gonna have to cut it because it's way too big. So let me see. I think I'm gonna glue this just to show you. Okay, so I have my art glitter glue here. You're gonna glue this thing. It's not coming out. Let me remove this thing. Just because I want to do it quick. Okay. I'm adding my art glitter glue. And we're gonna glue this thing here. Can you see there? Yeah, okay. Your 2 inches, you're gonna glue this facing down on top of your Tyvek, okay? You're probably thinking that I'm doing this too detailed, but I know that at least my BFF Patty from Life with Patty, she's never done this, and I know that she's gonna wanna see a tutorial. So I want you all guys, if you've never done this, to see how everything is done, okay? So that's why I'm going back to demonstrate this. So we're gonna glue this on top of it because we're gluing it double to make a sturdy spine for our book, okay? So there we go. There you go. You have two of them together right there. They are 2 inches spine by 8 long. Okay, now this is too much paper left over on both sides. I just cut it like that because I wanted to have extra, but now we're gonna cut it on this side, and I'm gonna just eyeball it because, you know, I think I'm gonna give it enough. You know, sometimes I do things just eyeballing it. So we know, I think it's about 1 inch. I have to leave about 1 inch. So I'm gonna cut like 1/2 inch on this side. Just eyeballing it, okay? Ooh, there. I'm gonna try to cut straight, but you did see me. I did not put a line on it or anything, but I'm trying to stay straight, you guys. Okay, there we go. So see, I did cut a piece out, like 1/2 inch. And this is about 1 inch, I think. So we're gonna do the same on this other side. Again, when you are at home doing this, feel free to measure, you guys, okay? I'm just trying to do this quick, like I said. Because if not, these videos are gonna be super long and nobody's gonna wanna watch them. Or maybe you will, I don't know. Even if this helps one person, I'm okay, you guys. Okay, so we're gonna do, again, about 1 inch. And this is gonna go on the outside, okay? It's not straight, okay. Now, we have our thingy ready, okay. Now, let me move some things out of the way so you can see better. My scissors, okay. I thought I was gonna show you signatures now, but I had to go back and show you this part. Okay, now, this is the outside cover, and this is your other outside cover, right? So now this, you're gonna glue this here. And let's see. So we need to leave a bit of a space in between. I'm gonna turn it sideways. You need to leave a space in between there for when your book bends, okay? You need to leave a space for it to bend. So we're gonna glue it right there. Okay, and I think that's going to be too much paper, so I might have to cut it a little bit more. Okay, let's glue the other part. Before we do that, we're gonna glue the reinforcement on the inside, okay? This thing that we cut, can you see? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna glue that there. And it's a little too long, but that's okay, I'll cut it. See, it's a little too long here, but I will trim that when it dries. Okay, there. Now we're gonna glue the other one over here. I'm gonna put my art glitter glue here. Again, you guys, use any glue that you have handy that it's good quality, okay? Because you don't want this to be falling apart. I mean, if it's for you, even if you don't mind, that's okay. But if you're gonna gift this to someone, or if you're gonna sell it, I mean, I don't sell a thing that I make. Maybe one day I will when I feel more, I don't know, when I have the time to figure out how to fix Etsy. I do have an Etsy account, but I never put anything for sale because I've never sat down to check it out and see how to do it. And I really, to be honest, I don't think anybody would want to buy the stuff that I make. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna try to cut this. I glue that thing there, see? This is where the dent, can you see where that thing is? So I went over it. So now we have that part reinforced. Now I'm gonna cut the extra piece there. These scissors are really, really good. I got this from Walmart. They're sharp. Okay, I'm gonna cut the other extra piece here. There we go. And you're wondering, why is she doing Pokey Little Puppy if we are working on Alice in Wonderland? Well, again, just because I had to show you how to do the spine part, okay, you guys? But I will continue with the Alice process once I had explained this to you in depth. Okay, now we're all set to do this part. We need to glue this here. Like I said, leave a space in between for the book to close. Now, what I need to do is glue this thing here, but now I have leftover paper, so I'm gonna have to trim it more. Yeah, it's too much. So I'm gonna cut a piece of this thing here. Again, I'm gonna eyeball it. That's too much. I still need to cut a little bit more. Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. I need that space. Yeah, I'm gonna cut a little bit more. I just don't want to cover the illustrations on the cover of the book. That's why I'm paying so much attention to this, you guys, because you're probably wondering why. Just because I don't want to cover the illustration. I don't want to cover this part. I don't want to cover that G, the little golden book part. You know, I'm a perfectionist. So I just want to cover up to here and not that thing. So I'm gonna glue that here, and I think that's perfect. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I have enough space there now, so I'm gonna glue that. We're gonna put glue on the side here. My art glitter glue. This glue is the best thing ever. It's super good quality glue, you guys. If you are into crafting a lot, and if you want to invest in a good glue, give that a try because it's awesome. I like it. Okay. Now we did that. See how I left the space in between? Because we want this to move there. We want that to close, right? Like that. Okay, perfect. So now we have half of the spine done. See, you can clean that with a baby wipe after. If you get like dry glue over there, you can use a baby wipe to clean it. See that? Okay, now we have that part of the spine ready. Okay, perfect. Now I think this is longer. I'm gonna have to cut the piece of the spine here. I think it's too long. Let me see if I can do that now. Okay, my measuring was off. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Let me cut this. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I cut it. I cut it. Now we're gonna glue this here on the side. Again, we're leaving a space in between just like we did on the side here. Let me show you again. Just make sure you measure it, you know, just make sure your book bends. Okay. Now, we're gonna do the same here, and we're gonna glue this on this side. And again, we need that space for it to close. So we're gonna put some glue on this side here. And we're gonna put it here over our Tyvek that we got from the post office. Just like so. Okay, and it bends. Okay, perfect. And now we did that here. I think this was a little bit, I want to cut another piece off of this maybe. Again, because we don't want to cover the illustrations. At least I don't want to cover the illustrations on the book. So I'm going to trim that part off. Okay. That's our spine. Okay, let me trim that. Let me trim that piece. I'm gonna cut it and I'll be back. Okay, you guys, now I trimmed the back. This is how your inside cover is gonna look. Okay, and it's gonna close like that. And this is the back. Okay, and it doesn't matter that it has the letters because you're gonna cover the spine with something else. You can choose from paper, fabric, trims, anything, okay? So yeah, it doesn't matter. You just wanna use this because this is the thing that is gonna keep your chipboard pieces together and it's not gonna come apart, okay? So that's that. And now we're gonna put this on the inside here. I'm gonna put the letters facing inside and I'm gonna cut this thing here. So what I did is just, this is again an 8 inches long and it's like 6 inches wide, so it's too big. So what I did, I'm just gonna put it over here and kind of measure, and with my nail I'm just gonna go over it here and kind of measure, and now I'm gonna cut it. And try to cut straight. I'm just doing this quickly, you guys, for you, but feel free to measure like I've been saying. Okay, now I think this is good. Now we're gonna glue this over our chipboard part here, okay? So that's going to be your spine all done. And I think I'm gonna stop this video after that because I gotta come back for another part and show you the signatures, okay? Our glue, or our glitter glue. I gotta see why this thing is not coming out. I gotta clean the thingy. Okay, so now my Tyvek paper. It's paper, it's not tape, okay? It's not any kind of tape, it's just a paper that is super resistant and it's not gonna tear. So if you use like a scrapbook paper, it's gonna tear with time, you know, when you start opening it and bending it. But the Tyvek, that's not gonna happen. So that's why this is better than a scrapbook. Okay, now that's glued right there. And that's I need my bond folder. I'm just using my ruler to put that in there, and in the area where it's gonna bend, so it can glue there, right there. You guys, I have all these tools, these fancy tools. I have a bond folder, everything, but since I don't do enough tutorials, I forget to, you know, get my tools out. But, well, my ruler also works, right? Okay. Now, you need to let this dry for at least an overnight before you put the holes and stuff in it. And your spine is ready. I mean, I have the spine ready for this book. So now I'm just gonna trim the excess Tyvek here from the bottom. So you can see we're gonna do that. With my handy dandy scissor. There. And that is that. Okay, you guys, so that's your spine. Super easy peasy. I mean, maybe it took me a long time because, you know, it's a tutorial and I'm doing it here for you, and I'm trying not to rush it too much either, because I really want you to be able to see it and understand what I'm doing. Okay, you guys, so I hope this was easy enough for you. Now we're gonna be putting this junk journal together after I'm done with my Alice in Wonderland one, because I really want to have this for me. Okay, so now before I go, let me show you again my Alice in Wonderland cover that I showed you in the first video, when I decided that I was gonna start making a tutorial, because most of the time, you guys, I craft. And I don't make videos when I'm crafting because, you know, I assume that nobody is interested in seeing that. But since this was my first time attempting making a junk journal with a little golden book, I decided that why not, right? So this is what you saw in the first video. The only thing I did after that video was to cover the inside of my spine. And this is tissue paper from Dollar Tree, you guys. This package that you buy at Dollar Tree that has all the pastel colors tissue paper. Well, I cut a piece of the pink one and I glued it on the inside over my Tyvek, because I wanted it to cover it with something that was cute and pink, but I didn't want it to be something super thick because you have to poke holes in here, right? So that's why I just used tissue paper. And over on this sides here, I'm gonna be using this, which it was from the little golden book. One is from the little puppy, the Pokey Little Puppy, and the other one is from my Alice in Wonderland. So I'm planning on gluing that over here, you guys. And you're gonna have to check my part 1 video to see how I remove these things from the book. So I'm gonna glue that there. When the book is finished though, once I had sewn the signatures, then I will do that. And also in video number 1, I show you my tools that I use for poking the holes and everything. And this is the tool that came in that kit. It has a super sharp, well, it's not that sharp, but it's a sharp enough point here to be able to poke the holes in your book. Okay, so The outside, I didn't put anything over the tie back yet because we're gonna put the signatures here. We're gonna be hand sewing the signatures. Once that is done, then I'm going to cover the spine with a beautiful trim that I got from Hobby Lobby previously. So that's why I didn't cover this part. Some people like to leave the threads exposed. I do not want to do that. I have been covering mine in all my journals. So that's why I'm planning on doing that with this one, but that's a personal preference, you guys. You can do whatever you want, okay? So now, should I show you my template that I did? You need to make yourself a template like this. So your spine is 2 inches, right? That's what we did. We did a 2-inch spine. So what you're gonna need is grab yourself either a piece of paper, a piece of cardstock, copy paper, any kind of paper you have handy, or even a piece of chipboard if you want. And mark yourself a template. And your template needs to be 2 inches by 8 inches, okay? The same size of your spine. So again, 2 inches, 2, well, kind of like 2, it should be 2 inches. Oh, I folded it, but yeah, it was 2 inches. Okay, there. 2 by 8, okay? I just folded when I was putting the holes in it, so that's why. But it's 2 by 8, okay? You need a piece of paper, and this piece of paper is 3 inches. So your spine is 2 inches, but you need a piece of paper that is 3 by 8. That's what I need to say. You need a piece of paper that is 3 by 8, and then when you have that piece of paper that is 3 by 8, you need to find the center of that paper, which is going to be 1.5, right? Here, let me show you. See how I wrote here, center? You found your center at 1.5 over here. I marked it, center, okay. You're gonna mark a line, put a line in your center all the way down. I used a pencil, but you can use a marker so you can see it better. And then you're gonna divide that again. So that was my 1.5. Now you're gonna put 1/2 inch to each side of your center. You're gonna mark it, okay? See, 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch on the other side to your right, and 1/2 inch to your left. And those are going to be your other 2 signatures, you guys, okay? So now you're gonna put lines all the way down again. You're gonna mark it and mark it again, the 3 of them, okay? Now, since this is 8 inches long, that's the size of your little golden book, what you're going to do is you're going to put a dot every 2 inches. So here's 0, 2. I put a line here and put a big dot, and then 4 and 6. And this is the bottom of your book, right? Can you see? Yeah, you can see. Okay, so every 2 inches, you're gonna put a dot, make it a big dot, and that's where your hole is gonna go for your signatures, where you're gonna, you know, hand sew on your signatures. So now I'm gonna have only 3 signatures because this is only a 2 inch. So that's why I fold this here so you could see the real size of our spine. So if we put 4 signatures, then they're gonna be too tight together. So that's why we're only doing 3 signatures, okay? So you need your template, your piece of paper that's going to be 3 inches wide by 8 inches long. You're gonna find your center at 1.5, put the line all the way down, and then you're gonna go 1/2 inch to your right and 1/2 inch to your left, and you're gonna put your lines all the way down again, and then you're gonna find your 2 inch, 4 inch, and 6 inch and mark with a dot. Okay, and that's going to be your template you're gonna be needing to put your junk journal together. Okay, you guys? So once your once your spine is dry, like mine was dry, I put the tissue paper and let it dry, and once that was all dry, then I use my template, put it here, right? First I found my center with my ruler here, my 1 inch, and I put a tiny dot right there. Can you see that? A tiny dot. Okay, and now I put my template over it, and I made sure that it was over the center one, and I used one of these things from Dollar Tree, and I held it here. Boom. Okay, now what I did, I grabbed my tool that I got from Amazon, which you can see in the part 1 of this video, and I started poking holes in my spine. So I put it here, see, all the way down. So you need to hold this with your hand and poke your hole down, all your holes. And then once you're done with that, you're gonna do the same with your signatures when your signatures are done, and then you're gonna have all the holes to put your junk journal together. But we're gonna do that in the next video, okay, you guys? So I hope you are enjoying this video. I hope it's not too confusing for you. I hope this is clear. I'm trying to be as detailed as I can, so you can really see how this is done, and you can also see that it's no science to this. It's super easy, you guys. I really don't know why it took me so long to start making these things. I was saying over the years, oh, I need to make myself a junk journal, and I need to make myself a junk journal. And you know, I kept waiting and waiting, but you know, don't wait any longer. If you are watching this video, you can do this. It's so easy. You just need the right tools. Find yourself the tools that you need, which I showed in my first video, which I'm gonna link below, and go get that if you're serious about start making junk journals, because once you have the right tools, the stuff is super easy to put together. Okay, and you guys, I will be back with the part 3 of this series, and leave me your comments and see if you like it, if I'm doing something wrong or whatever, you know. I hope to hear from you. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.